Indonesia Tzu Chi volunteers prepare feasts for Jing Si Hall's security team on the last day of Ramadan. A retired teacher in Malaysia realizes the importance of Tzu Chi's education missions. Welcome to DaAi Headlines. I'm Siri Su. Thank you for joining us. On the last day of Ramadan, Tzu Chi volunteers in Indonesia prepared delicious feasts to breakfast with the security team at Jing Si Hall. They want to thank them for their efforts during the holiday. The volunteers also visited various police precincts.
During the month of Ramadan, the security team at the Jing Si Hall in Indonesia take turns taking days off. On this day, Tzu Chi volunteers come bearing loads of delicious food to break fast with everyone.
Today is the last day of Ramadan, and we've invited the security team to breakfast with us.
Ramadan is a time for families to gather, thus the volunteers prepare the food ready for a family reunion.
It's great to enjoy the meal with the co-workers. Normally, we just eat at our post. The volunteers use Arabic to wish us a happy Eid. It was impressive.
The same type of care is shown to police officers as they too are unable to spend the holiday with family. Tzu Chi volunteers spent 3 days visiting different precincts and police dormitories to provide them with food for Eid al-Fitr, thanking them for their contribution to society.
In 3 days, we handed out 400 meals. Besides the food, we also gave fruit and water. We want to thank them for their efforts in protecting the street of Jakarta and for sacrificing their holiday.
Everyone can have a safe holiday thanks to the police and security team, as Tzu Chi volunteers are not only providing food, but also their most sincere gratitude.
In Taiwan, the nursing students from Tzu Chi University of Science and Technology have been hosting camps in tribal villages in Hualien. One of the camps is held in Lunshan tribe. The university students not only design the camp curriculum, but they also cook for the tribal children. A group of young people are buying food ingredients in the supermarket. They compare food prices, hoping to provide tribal children a delicious and healthy meal that is also reasonable in cost.
We have calculated and compared the price. If this food ingredient is cheaper in bulk, we will consider getting it.
Besides being mindful in buying the food ingredient, the university students also want to encourage the children to adopt a vegetarian diet to protect lives.
We mainly cook vegetarian food for everyone. In fact, we have cooked vegetarian food in the past, and the feedback was quite good.
These students chose to stay in community activity center overnight rather than in bed and breakfast or hotel to save money. They also clean up the environment. Despite the appearance of insects at night, they're passionate about experiencing life in the tribal village.
Some of our classmates were afraid to sleep on the floor and did not dare to come here. However, later they realized that they have worried too much. In the end, everyone actively participated in the project.
The university students are in charge of cooking and designing the curriculum. While the tribal children benefited from the camp, this group of university students have also learned to be independent. As we mentioned, the University of Science and Technology nursing students hold camps in remote regions every year. At one of the camps in Lunshan tribe, the college students taught the tribal children about sex education and self-protection. In addition, the students helped the tribal children complete their schoolwork and taught them about the correct conduct of life. The children blow the paper ball, shooting for the goal. This game tests children's reaction and also trains their vital capacity. In the tribal class, students range from kindergarteners to junior high school students. Many children are unfamiliar with sex education. Therefore, in this class, the university students are teaching them about physiological structure and self-protection.
If strangers give me candies, I will simply reject it. I will tell him that I don't want to eat it. We teach them sex education and self-protection. We do not want them to come here and just have fun. I want them to learn.
Besides enjoying the interesting classes and games, TCUST students also help the children complete their schoolwork. In addition, they teach the children about the conduct of life.
I think they can improve on their communication with peers. This is what I want to work on. Of course, these children are getting bigger and they are listening when we tell them things.
The university students teach for a total of 16 hours. These young teachers have come to understand they shoulder important missions.
Do not limit them to the world of the tribe. They can work very hard and progress. Then they can go beyond the tribe.
Bending down to pick up the trash, the university students and tribal children are working together to protect the tribe. The students have also brought hope to the tribe. Many students of Belhaven School in Menlo Park, Northern California have poor attendance due to their parents being tired from working. They help boost the children's attendance, so the volunteers are helping the school reward those with perfect attendance.
For the attendance award ceremony, we have been doing this for the last 3-4 years now.
And this is my favorite event because we have so many people that come out and it's all just celebrating a positive. And we were trying to push for increasing the attendance of the children so that they can obviously take advantage of their education.
You will see that a whole bunch of volunteers are preparing the flower bouquet. We try to use the most basic flower, but also very colorful and fresh flower that we just purchased this morning. Every time we do this, we will have a team of volunteers that assemble the flower with lots of love, lots of patience, and put them together. If you look closer, the flowers are being put into a computer packing material. We are reusing material that otherwise would be thrown away. So we want to make sure that the kids have an opportunity to thank their parents, and that's why we're preparing the flower bouquet. Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Good job.
Parents, please come up with your child. We're starting with kinder and first.
Today, we're not only celebrating the kids with perfect attendance, but we're also celebrating the parents who do all the hard work to bring the kids here on time. Other than awarding the student for their perfect attendance, we also give them an opportunity to present the flower to thank their parents for bringing them to school on time.
And say thank you.
I come to school for the past 3 months, and I'm on time. And I got a perfect attendance.
1, 2, 3, go.
Oh, I feel love from my daughter. She said thank you, and that's from her coming to school every day on time, waking up, waking her brother up, coming, being responsible, 3rd grader.
I have never been at a school where the parents are honored as much as the children. And that's one of my favorite parts because we are the village, we are that family that works with everybody. And it's so important to reciprocate the gratitude that we give to the kids and the kids give to their parents. It's a very nice cycle.
My name is Priscilla Guzman, and I'm a parent of 3 kids here in Belhaven, 8th grader, 4th grader, and a 2nd grader. So
I've been going to school every day to learn some more math and science, and I got perfect attendance for coming every day. Even though I'm sick, I still come. When I got this award, I didn't know I was gonna get it at first, but then I got it. It was a surprise for me and my mom, and I saw how happy my mom was, so it made her proud of me.
Present the flower to your parents and say thank you for bringing me to school on time. Thank you. All right, let's go. Thank you.
I feel good. Receiving flowers, it's a nice gesture, so I love that. I feel proud that all 3 kids and, our hard work of waking up early and, going here and there. I feel happy that somebody recognizes that it's a hard work, but it's good though. It's really worth it. It was totally worth it. I really appreciate my kids get excited because it's either the flowers or the food, and the people are so nice. So thank you so much for this. We really appreciate it.
It's incredibly important to get children here. So we just really need to continuously positively reward those who are coming to school.
Congratulations. Thank you. Good job.
Tzu Chi comes in, there is a nice feeling, there is this nice level of respect that they teach the children, that they expect from the children, and the children know it. It melds into what our day is. So Tzu Chi comes in as just a positive, kind entity, and it's very necessary in this world, and I really greatly appreciate all the hard work that everybody's done.
Tzu Chi's 41 camp has been held in Taiwan, attended by more than 600 overseas volunteers from 20-some countries. Among the camp participants is a retired teacher from Malaysia. Having joined Tzu Chi for 24 years, she understands the importance of education. She has invited a Malaysian supermarket to donate its proceeds to buy Jing Si books and donate them to night schools.
Our father and mother gave us lives. However, the Master has given us wisdom life. She told us ways to live a fulfilling life.
Being deeply touched by Tzu Chi, Wang Qingqiu, who's from Malaysia, has cried countless times after joining Tzu Chi. Promoting Tzu Chi's humanitarian spirit, she invited a local supermarket to donate its proceeds so that Jing Si books can be given to different schools.
The Master has asked us to purify people's minds. I used to be a teacher, teaching at the Malaysian Junior High School. I know that it is very difficult for them to buy books with the government's subsidies. Therefore, I feel that this project has allowed me to carry out my wish.
Having taught for 21 years, Wang has retired in 2010. Since she became a Tzu Chi volunteer, she is able to continue to carry out education missions.
In the past, when I was teaching, I was not Tzu Chi volunteer. I was simply teaching. After joining Tzu Chi, I feel that I'm not just teaching from textbooks, but I'm educating people. Without joining Tzu Chi, I would not have visited these impoverished families or families with children who are mentally challenged.
Since she loves to read, she has delivered good books to schools to purify people's minds. After joining Tzu Chi, she has gone amongst the public to promote vegetarianism and do good deeds.
Life after life, I will continue to carry out Tzu Chi's work.
One's heart rate per minute is related to one's health. 60 to 100 beats per minute is considered normal. 10 years ago, Ms. Wan from Taichung fainted at work. Then the doctors found her heartbeats were too slow at only 30 to 40 beats per minute. Therefore, they installed a pacemaker to help regulate her heartbeat. Let's learn more about this health problem.
Do you take notice of how much your heart beats per minute? On average, resting heart rate for adults is 60 to 100 beats per minute. However, if it's less than 60, one possibly can suffer from bradycardia. If it's over 100, it is considered suffering from tachycardia. Those who have bradycardia easily overlook early symptoms in the beginning. The main reason for this slowing of the heartbeats is a deterioration of the sinoatrial node.
Deterioration of the sinoatrial nodes can cause the heartbeat to slow. It's the most common for bradycardia.
Besides old age, other causes for bradycardia may be hereditary or side effects from certain medicine. 10 years ago, 50-some-year-old Mrs. Luan fainted when her heartbeats slowed down.
Suddenly, a headache came on. It was very painful. I was at work and then I fainted. My heart beats at 30 to 40 per minute. I can take the stairs the entire way if I want to go from the first floor to the second or third. I must take a break in the middle.
When the heartbeat per minute slows down to 20 to 30 or even slower, it will affect the body's blood flow, thus causing fainting or worse, cardiac arrest. Doctors warn initial bradycardia symptoms can look like arrhythmia, chest pains, and dizziness.
It can cause chest pains because when the heartbeat slows down, it can have symptoms similar to those who have cardiovascular disease or heart failure, like hard or breathing.
The solution is to insert a pacemaker underneath the clavicle.
We will implant a pacemaker underneath the clavicle. It will have two electrodes that connect to the heart. When it detects the heart is beating too slow, it will send a tiny pulse to stimulate it.
The lifespan of a pacemaker on average is 8 to 10 years. Those with it should avoid being near electromagnetic waves for longer than necessary, as it may affect the pacemaker from working properly. Patients with pacemaker need to return to the hospital for regular checkups and can often lead normal lives once more.
Starting from 2014, the Hualien Tzu Chi Medical Center has been providing high-quality terminal stage illness home care with the cloud technology. It allows the patients to be in the comfort of their own homes while knowing that medical care is just a click away. Recently, the hospital held a seminar presenting its smart healthcare technologies and health caretakers program. In the stored data for this household, one can see how many members are in this family and what illnesses they have. There are also some chronic diseases and infectious diseases that could be very relevant information pertaining to the household.
No longer does one have to drive to the hospital for medical care. You can now receive care at home. Starting from 2014, the Hualien Tzu Chi Medical Center, combined with information technology, has been promoting smart healthcare in the eastern region of Taiwan. They were mainly targeting the Shouling Township in Hualien. There have already been more than 50,000 residents that have been put into the medical information system.
The families is able to use their phone or their tablet to communicate with our nursing station. In addition to directly speaking, public health education can also be spread.
In addition to the usage of technology, there were also a total of 37 health caretakers recruited and trained. Their job is to enter into remote areas with some basic healthcare equipment and provide localized healthcare services for the elderly. All the data from the visit will be uploaded to the cloud system. This way, the hospital can get the most complete information for the patient's medical records.
It doesn't matter how good the technology is, if your equipment is just sitting there without all volunteers or healthcare takers assisting the elderly, it wouldn't work out. I must say the consistent care of the patient is the most important service of all.
An all-encompassing plan from the elderly to young children through the combination of industry, government, and university, the future of medical care in the eastern region will be significantly improved.
In the future, it's with great hope that more points in Hualien's hospitals will be created through the collaboration with tech companies, so that the distance felt between all the remote areas can be reduced. In addition, providing the most comprehensive medical care to the local population.
In Malaysia, at the Tzu Chi recycling station at Desa Park City, volunteers have turned an empty lot into a farm, planting 20 kinds of vegetables. Many guests visit this recycling station to learn ways to combine organic farming with environmental protection. The Tzu Chi recycling station at Desa Park City is a farm in addition to a place to recycle materials.
First of all, we plan to build a recycling station. Then we plan to build a farmland. Later, we invited our donating members to come cultivate the land.
Currently, we've got Chinese spinach, bitter gourd, long beans, eggplants, and green beans. It is also known as string beans. We also plant lemongrass, ginger, bananas, and papayas.
Originally, this piece of land was not suitable for cultivation. We had to transport soil to our recycling station. We had to bring kitchen waste from Jing Si Hall to our recycling station. Then we started to make compost and enrich the soil.
After the volunteers' mindful work, 20 kinds of vegetables have been planted on the land that was originally unsuitable for cultivation.
I come and buy lemongrass from him. Many people come here to buy vegetables because they're organic.
The eco-friendly farming has brought life back to the land. The farm at the recycling station has built up its reputation.
We hold an umbrella to plant vegetable on rainy days. How much can you do with a pair of hands? We come over to chat whenever we have free time. We help pull out the weeds. We come here every day. I live nearby and I'm happy to come here.
After picking the vegetables, the land must lay fallow for at least a month. It is like how everyone needs rest.
Chiang Kai Home has been dedicated to cultivating vegetables at the farm for 5 years. With a background in construction, he learned everything from scratch.
I suffered from a stroke before. After recovering, I came here to take a look with my wife. Seeing the vegetables they planted, I thought they could do a better job. Therefore, I joined them.
The volunteers mindfully cultivate this piece of land. Currently, there are many guests who visit Disa Park City to learn about how to combine organic farming with environmental protection. Since Tzu Chi Disa Park City Recycling Station and Vegetable Garden have been promoting eco-friendly farming, it has become a role model. The residents of SPK residential area have come to learn from city volunteers. Land is very precious in Kuala Lumpur. However, in the SPK residential area, there's a community vegetable garden that covers more than 7,000 square feet.
In the past, there were weeds, mosquitoes, and snakes here. In addition, many construction businesses would dump their waste here. There are many problems. Fortunately, the Kuala Lumpur City Hall initiated a community garden plan.
The residents who run a community garden do not have farming experience. Therefore, they sought help from city volunteers.
I came over here to take a look at their land. Then I invited them to first come take a look at our Disa Park City recycling station.
We planted passion fruit here using a canopy. We've learned to do this from watching what they do at the Disa Park City recycling station. This is the area for planting herbs. The important thing is that we have a group of residents who share the same principles. The city government also encourages us. In fact, the city government sponsors our plan. In the first year, they sponsor us with $1,200. Therefore, we have the funding to construct the vegetable garden and make the environment more beautiful.
We also hold vegetable cooking activities. Therefore, everyone can feel that besides planting vegetables, we can also hold cooking contests and bring everyone closer together.
The residents do not use chemical fertilizers, and they use the space really well.
We've planted durian trees on the slope. The durian tree is this tall already. It has been 2 years.
The vegetable garden has saved a piece of green land in the crowded city and brought the residents together. The residents who cultivate a garden are working with one heart to protect the environment. Tzu Chi's in Kuala Lumpur and Selangor of Malaysia will be presenting a musical to promote filial piety in November. Recently, students from 30 universities tried out for the cast in the play. We'll leave you with these images. Thank you for joining us. Goodbye.